Let's just talk about Gabby the machine. She's an inviting machine. I want Gabby to share something real quick because she genuinely would go up to, when I say anybody, I mean, she would invite the lamppost to church. Like, she'd go, now I mean this with all respect because it challenged me to go up to people and to continue to invite. So, question for you, how old are you, Gabby?
16.
16.
Wow.
What gives you that fearlessness, that boldness to just approach people and invite them and start a conversation?
Honestly, all of my confidence, I say, comes from the Lord. The Lord just speaks through me, and He lifts me up and lets me impact all others. It's just been such an inspiration to be able to make an impact on so many different lives. And it really shows me that you're never too young to make a difference. And you're never too young to get people to make it. And you're never too young to make a change in this world. Come on, everyone. Amen. Amen. And God is using each and every one of us to make a difference.
That's good. Woo! She's not just an inviting machine, she's like,
Let's go!
I'll tell you what. That's pretty cool. We're proud of you. We're proud of everybody on this trip. It was awesome. But you really were you were an encouragement to us because we ran out of flyers in like 20 minutes. We had to go back and get more. We're cutting flyers on the go and all this kind of stuff and calling print companies. But so we all know about regular life here, regular life that we have here. What is something you learned about missionary life? I'll go to Ingrid for this question. What's something you kind of feel maybe it's a little bit different, something you learned while you were on this trip?
Well, I didn't really know what to expect from all of it. I knew the goal was to go and spread love and spread the Christian faith. And what it taught me is more than just reaching out to the community, it's also growing within your own faith and increasing your relationship with God, and it was an eye-opener. Sure.
And what kind of things, I'll piggyback it, what kind of things did you see in some of the people that you met, some of the people that you were able to talk to?
A lot of people didn't have hope, for sure, and that was just heartbreaking because it's like you're missing out on Jesus' love, You need to come to Love Our City Fest and really experience that. So I pray that that we made an impact, even if we don't see it, but hopefully when we go to heaven, we'll see those faces and I was part of that.
That's awesome. And one of the ways we did know that we did make an impact, at least a little bit, was that I think someone mentioned it, that we invite people throughout the week. You see them at multiple events, right? So you kind of get to know some faces and try to remember some names and try to get to know some people and be on their level. But what's cool about it is that you could, because there's times where we've all been there before, where we'll invite somebody, and then we're like, yeah, we hope they show up, and then a few weeks later we're like, oh, well, maybe they won't. But here, there was a lot of, we're inviting people, and then Tuesday night they were at the block party, or Wednesday they were at the dinner at the church that we did, or Saturday they came out to Love Our City Fest, and we got to kind of interact. Does anyone else have a story like that, or someone that you met that you saw later in the week that you got to sort of, let's open it up. Who has one of those stories? Someone pop back in.
I guess I'll go. So we did this outreach called Laundry Love, and we were paying for people's laundry, and they were so grateful. I met this one individual named Ed, and he was telling me a story. It's like, okay, I'm gonna pay for your laundry, and now we have 20 minutes to talk. So I was getting his story, and he said that he was in a lot of trouble. He was in and out of jail, but now he was out and looking for a job, just looking for work. And I told him, God has a purpose. But one thing that he shared with me was that his dream was to go to Puerto Rico, because that's where his family is. So he was looking for a job and just believing that God was going to provide him for a job. So I prayed with him. God gave me the words to speak, because it's hard to pray for somebody, but God gave me the words to speak. And I was like, Ed, I hope to see you on Saturday at Love Our City Fest. I was with the kids, and it was getting towards the end of the day, and I went over to get some water, and Ed was there, and he locked eyes with me, and he was like, I came for you, because I was just inspired by your prayer, and he was just floored by how Jesus is already moving in his life, and the prayer that I prayed for him, and I prayed for him again, and he was like, I'm going to church on Sunday. He said he's going to go to church at the bridge. So